Hey, welcome to THO 365. We're on part 3 of our 5-part series of 5 must-have lures and techniques for fall fishing. Let's talk about the Z Dog. Yesterday we talked about the Popper Z. Now, the reason I like the Z Dog, you can absolutely launch this lure. This is not when you're throwing over targets. This is when you're throwing over wide areas. These big spotted bass on Smith Lake. When you go to Clearwater Lake, smallmouth up north, spotted bass on some of these big spotted bass lakes, you're going to find this lure is phenomenal. This is the blueback herring color. Let's go take a look at Smith Lake. And we got these clouds coming in and out. A little bit of sun coming in now, just intermittent. This is one of the cool places with these blueback shad though. The sun out, it does not matter. A lot of instances, it actually makes it better. Oh, he hit it. Hit it. There we go. Oh my shamani! Oh, it's a big one. It's a big one right here. It's a big one. Oh, it's a giant. Oh man. Oh, that's a good one. Come here, come here, come here. Oh, look at this one. That is a Smith Lake stud. Just split up a bluegill. Look right here, look right here. I mean, he spit that up as he got to the boat. It's an absolute, this is a 5.5 pound spotted bass. Oh my gosh, pliers. It's a giant. Look at this. Look at this gorgeous fish. Are you kidding me? That's a 5.5 pound spot. Yes, I love it. Sweet. Taking a look at our setup, this is a 7.3 Ducket white ice rod. You guys see me using this all the time. It's great for so many applications, and topwater is no exception. Now, I'm not concerned about accuracy as far as the cast goes. Therefore, we're using a very long rod that I can really load up and make a long cast. 7.3 is going to allow me to do that, but again, this has enough tip in it that it works really well. We've got it on 14-pound test Sunline, supernatural monofilament line. That's the key. Again, fluorocarbon is going to sink. It's going to make that topwater not work correctly. Therefore, I like the monofilament. Now, this color of this Azuma Z Dog is called Mirror Shad. And let's take a look at why we're using it. As you can see, it has a transparent body in it. In other words, it's see-through. It has an insert that has a lot of blue in it, a lot of different colors on the inside walls, therefore creating that blueback herring look. It's got a black back, a dark back on it with a little bit of color around the face of it. It works really well. And it's got number 4 hooks on it, very sharp VMC hooks. Now, some of the different colors that I like, if the water is even a little bit more clear or you got more of a sunny day, this color called Purple Rain works really well. Again, it's transparent with some blue in it. Now, my all-time favorite color on Z Dog is this bone white. If you're fishing the Tennessee River, Toledo Bend, Rayburn, even down in Florida, this bone white, which mimics the threadfin and the gizzard shad, works really well. It's, again, one of my other favorites. Now, another good color I like if it's even a little bit more cloudy and rainy, the chrome in that blue Bahama is really nice on those cloudy days. It even sets it up more. Now, the reel is a Team Loose Pro. This is a super, super long casting reel. I really like that in a 6:4 1-to-gear ratio. I also like a 7:1, whatever you prefer. This reel is just one of my best casting reels. That's the reason I like it. Now, today we had a lot of intermittent cloud and sunshine. Even as we've gotten later in the day here, the clouds are starting to break up a lot more. We're actually seeing some blue in the sky. But those fish coming from 20, 30 foot deep, one of the things that can get kind of frustrating is how they come up with their mouth closed and they'll just smoke that lure and not take it, even over and over. And a lot of times what you've got a fish coming up, another fish trailing it, the first fish misses it, another one hits it. And a couple of times today, we ended up seeing 3 and 4 pounders blow up and catching 1.5-pounders. They actually got it on the second and third time. And I'm gonna tell you, I've seen so many times that I have stopped my lure and it just dies, nothing happens. My thing is, most of the time, I wanna keep it coming. Unless you get a fish that hits you right close to the boat and you don't have enough time to really keep it coming, because as it gets close to the boat, it's gonna spook the fish. That's the only instance where I really, kill it and let it sit there. Every other time I wanna speed it up. I wanna keep it coming. I'll even get more aggressive when I see that fish blow up on it and miss it. I want that water really throwing. This Mirror Shad Z Dog's got that cup in the throat and it really throws that water, so I'll even get more aggressive with it at times. Now, a lot of people talk about how fast you walk the dog, which is the action of that lure jumping back and forth. It's actually pivoting, doing this right here as it's coming through the water. Now, there are situations like jerkbait fishing where your cadence is very important. How long you let a suspending jerkbait sit. Topwater fishing in clear water is 69 to 70 degree water temperature. These fish are smoking it, they're on fire. I'm not gonna slow it down. I wanna work it as quick as I can and allow that lure to stay in the water on the surface. That's the best way to fish it. You're gonna get those strikes. It's gonna cause the most commotion. So if it's really active and you're in clear water, don't get caught up in how slow do I need to work it. Tell yourself how fast can I work it and still work the lure properly. Hey, that was some of the most ferocious topwater bites you'll ever see. I love the Z Dog. It walks the dog great and you can absolutely launch it. And that's what you gotta have in a topwater lure. Hey, tune in tomorrow, part 4 coming up on our 5-part series of fall fishing. See you guys tomorrow right here on THO 365.